My name is Clover Morell, and I'm the Residency Program Manager for Grand Canyon Conservancy. The Astronomer in Residence program started around 2019 when Grand Canyon Conservancy was asked to take the Artist in Residence program. And our Dark Skies Ranger, Raider Lane, had a wonderful idea that we should also have an Astronomer in Residence program. And so at the same time, the Conservancy did a bunch of background research and then launched them both in 2020. Since then, we have accepted approximately 7 astronomers to the canyon to do their work from all over the United States, but mostly the Southwest region. The goal of the Astronomer in Residence program is to protect the dark skies here. So we're asking scientists, writers, educators, people with an interest in astronomy to come to the park and to reach out to the public to talk to them about why dark sky preservation is important, in addition to doing any research that they might have in the canyon that relates to dark skies or light pollution, and then to spread that word farther.
My name's Raider Lane. I'm a park ranger in the Division of Interpretation and Resource Education, and I also serve as the Dark Sky Coordinator for Grand Canyon National Park. The Astronomer in Residence program is incredibly unique and important for our dark sky outreach portion of our International Dark Sky Park status. We invite professional astronomers, amateur astronomers, writers, educators, dark sky advocates to come and really spend time inside the park, being inspired by those pristine night skies, conducting their own research and study here, but then also sharing their wisdom, their inspiration, their knowledge with park visitors.
An astronomer in residence can be at the Grand Canyon anywhere from 2 to 6 weeks at a time. They stay at the historic Verkamps residence above the Verkamps gift shop on the rim and have an amazing view of the canyon when they're here. Typically, an astronomer who is here for 6 weeks might do 2 or 3 public programs a week. There's usually some element of a dark sky talk. Currently, our astronomer in residence, Kevin Schindler with Lowell Observatory, is a historian, so he's also been doing some history talks in addition.
I'm Kevin Schindler, historian and public information officer at Lowell Observatory, and I'm also serving as astronomer in residence here at the Grand Canyon for the month of May. As astronomer in residence, I'm doing a couple things. There's a research side and then also a public side. So on the research, I'm continuing a project to document astronaut training that took place here in the 1960s. The Apollo astronauts, in preparation for going to the moon, they came here to learn geology, among other places, but this was one of the spots. So I'm re-photographing a lot of historic pictures we have at the actual sites where they did the training. And then on the other side of it, I'm doing outreach, and so setting up telescopes at night, giving star parties, night sky programs, using a laser pointer to point out constellations, that sort of thing. And then some historic talks also, just for fun. So it's kind of a nice combination of both research and outreach. Part of the trip, I'll be hiking down to Phantom Ranch, and part of that is the research, rephotographing places along the trail. And then I'll stay down at Phantom for 3 nights, and then I'll hike up to Havasupai Gardens and stay there a couple nights. And while I'm down there, I'll give programs, and I'm really looking forward to doing a night sky program. We're going to walk out to Plateau Point from Havasupai Gardens, and below we can hear the roar of the Colorado River, and above we'll have the majesty of the night sky. This setting is just spectacular.
We offer several night sky programs in the park. The Grand Canyon Star Party is the largest night sky festival in the National Park Service. It's an 8-night celebration of our night skies, hundreds of astronomers, dozens and dozens of telescopes, special guest speakers, thousands upon thousands of visitors come to the canyon and experience the night skies for 8 nights. The Grand Canyon Star Party is sort of our flagship program. We offer the Astronomer in Residence program, which we talked about. We'll be kickstarting an astronomy VIP program, hopefully in the fall, and then sprinkled throughout all those big events and VIPs coming to the park are the park ranger programs. And so we try best we can to offer constellation talks, telescope viewing sessions, full moon walks, nocturnal ecology talks, light pollution talks, citizen science programs, all sorts of engaging talks that relate to all aspects of the night skies. We've come to find over the last 2 decades, really, that night sky programs are by far the most popular programs in the park, by a large margin. I mean, if you have 50 people, say, at a geology talk one day, you'll have 200 people at a night sky program. And that just speaks to the hunger that people have to see what, statistically speaking, most of them haven't been able to ever see. I can't count the number of times that people have come up incredibly emotional, sobbing, joyful, to have been introduced to their Milky Way for the first time in their life, and oftentimes they're 60, 70, sometimes 80 years old. So it's a really rewarding thing, and something that is clearly very needed in our sort of collective mind to get people exposed to the awesome power of the night sky.
One of my favorite things of working with the public here is to be able to see everybody's faces as we share some information they didn't know about. And especially as they talk about astronauts, those people who remember that era nodding their heads and understanding and remembering. And then for kids, when they're hearing this for the first time, but understanding that we're going back to the moon in the coming years, that connection. So I'm doing some indoor presentations like that, but the outdoor stuff like the star parties, it's always exciting to hear the gasps and oh, I didn't know that. Or I never saw anything like that before. That's so satisfying to hear that, because the whole point of what we do at Lowell Observatory, and the point of what I say we at the Grand Canyon, because I'm sort of on this thing right now. Yeah, it's on my name tag here. Is exciting people about the universe around them, whether it's right next to them or out there, and to be able to hear that excitement that they're enjoying it is really fun.
For the Astronomer in Residence program, which we really want to be integrated with the larger goals of the Park Service, spreading the dark skies message, the reason why that's important, is something that's pretty universal. To have that program integrated with the Interp and Resource Education program at the park, the dark skies efforts to maintain an international dark sky park, which we were proudly honored in 2019, and to spread the wider message to people of all kinds is really an important thing.
It was important for Grand Canyon to be certified as an international dark sky park simply because of its basic geography. I mean, we're sitting here on the Colorado Plateau, high above sea level, 7,000 feet on the south rim, 8,000 feet and above on the north rim, in the dry desert Southwest, where we enjoy almost 300 nights of clear skies a year. And so even if all else were equal and there were no light pollution anywhere in the United States, the Grand Canyon region would still offer a sharpness of starlight that really is unparalleled throughout the rest of the country. Naturally, we're just an incredibly dark place. Culturally, we are one of the richest regions in the country when it comes to what is written in the night skies from the perspective of human beings. We have 11 traditionally affiliated tribes here that have constellation canons that compete in their robustness and beauty and depth, as with the traditional Greek constellations, people like the Dene, the Navajo people. We have incredibly rich archeo and ethno-astronomical literature and data in this region that is still celebrated by many of the tribes today, that speak to people's deep connection with the night skies in this region through time. And so together, the natural and cultural side of things just screamed for this area to become an international dark sky park.
It's so profound to be here because there are other places that have dark skies, certainly, but to be on the edge of one of the most dramatic chasms on Earth and to be able to look up at these dark skies, to see that all sort of at the same time. Even when it's dark, okay, you can't see down in there, although you can see some headlights of hikers, and you can see a little bit of a glow from Havasupai Gardens. But when the moon was full the other night, you could see it shining down there, and it's magical. It's almost like you're in a science fiction movie or something, that it's surreal. It feels like you want to reach out and touch it. And then above, the stars are just sparkling and glowing at you. And there's something that the old thing about location. If you want to be inspired, and this is one of the things that I am documenting is the astronauts. One of the reasons that geologists brought them here to train was not just to learn geology, but to inspire them. This is a place of inspiration, and it's a place where unless you're not thinking or not observing, not looking, not hearing, you're going to be touched by it. It's such a visceral experience. So to be on site here with the majesty of the canyon and the glory of the dark sky, you can't beat that combination.
The folks who come here to talk to the public can really communicate why astronomy and why dark skies are important. Being able to see the universe helps us understand who we are as people and where we came from. The Astronomer in Residence program and the Artist in Residence program are integrated fully into the Interp and resource education goals of inclusive storytelling, which includes involving a lot of local Indigenous tribal members, which we're hoping to do with this program, dark skies, and climate change. What's really exciting is to get people involved in that discussion at a place like the Grand Canyon, where there's so much history and meaning.
Grand Canyon National Park and Lowell Observatory have been partnering for years to protect the night skies and particularly to advance science literacy and astronomy in these places. And so we partner with Lowell whenever we can to bring up speakers to events like Grand Canyon Star Party. We're lucky to have our current astronomer in residence coming from Lowell Observatory, Kevin Schindler, and we frequently collaborate on social media type events and podcasts and such to really help spread the word of science literacy, of astronomy, of protecting night skies, of promoting the values of natural darkness, and of really discussing the threats of light pollution. And I think we're only going to forge stronger relationships as we move forward. To protect Grand Canyon's night skies is to protect Flagstaff's night skies, and vice versa. So it really is an incredibly important partnership that we're really proud to be a part of.
We're all trying to do the same thing, and to be able to work together. I always think of Apollo and how we remember the astronauts, but it took 400,000 people to make it all happen. If you put your mind together and work with others, you can make things happen. And that's what we're doing with the Grand Canyon, with Grand Canyon Conservancy, these partnerships to help share the excitement of the universe and the world around us, whether it's the rocks below or the skies above.